This morning, I released my song of the week. It's called Year of the Jubilee. It is only available on my mailing list. And in that emailing this morning, I outlined some of the changes that are going to be happening to my Song of the Week project. You may have heard this from me before, but my wife is very, very pregnant. We're expecting baby number 3 any day now. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been taking on homeschooling and whatnot, which has actually been super fun. It's amazing how much a child can learn in just a couple hours. So much better than having to spend 6 hours sitting on your butt in a public school. But, I'm doing a little extra home duty than usual, which is fine by me. I like the domestic life. Homestead is where the heart is. But that's all to say, it usually takes me, I don't know, maybe 6 to 10 hours to record and mix and master and set up a release for my Friday songs. And that doesn't include the time it takes to write, tack on like 1 to 3 hours depending on the tune. Not the most hours, but at the moment, that priority has to slip down the list because I gotta take care of the kids and the wife, and soon enough we're gonna have a baby, and the summer schedule is gonna be kicking in on top of that with all the gigs on the Vineyard. So that's all to say, the output is not going to slow down. The rate of output will not slow down. I write songs all the time anyway. Usually write about at least 1 to 3 songs a week. The Song Week project is actually just the tip of the iceberg of what I actually write. However, what is going to change is going to be the production value as well as the distribution model. So what I'm going to be doing is just sending out the demos of the tunes in their raw form to my paid subscribers on Substack. It's a $70 annual subscription. That works out to like $1.35 a single, which pales in comparison to what people used to pay for singles adjusted for inflation, which is closer to 10. And obviously $1.35 a week is less than a coffee. So that's how I'm going to keep my output strong. I'm going to be releasing demos in various stages of production every Friday through my mailing list. So make sure you go to realseanmcmahon.substack.com, sign up for that mailing list. Hey Thanos kid, how you doing? I'm just running some errands here in Martha's Vineyard, by the way. So I'm right by the ocean. Well, here's the industrial part, but we're about to pass through Vineyard Haven. All right, there's some boats, got some boat yards going on. Yeah, there you go. That's some of that Vineyard life. A slice of Vineyard life. I'm between meetings. I just met with Father Paul, priest at the parish here. I'm going to meet with Pastor Charlotte Wright. She works at the Chilmark Community Church where I do music, and she's moving tomorrow. So anyway, just tackling some issues. So you can rewind and hear about my Song Week, the project. Year of the Jubilee was today's song, so check that out. Get on my Substack and listen to that song, Year of the Jubilee. It's all about the Jubilee as it's described in the Bible, and of course as Jesus Christ interpreted it and proclaimed it at the synagogue in Nazareth all those years ago when he started his ministry with the words, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me to preach good news to the poor, release to the oppressed, liberty to the captives, sight to the blind," etc., etc. So check out that song because I'm very proud of that tune, and I'm looking forward to playing it more live. The other thing I was thinking about, because I was just talking to Father Paul about this, there was this whim, it turned out to be, that I had with my wife maybe like 2 years ago. We were thinking about leaving this very isolated island and moving to Nashville. where my brother is, and I love my brother. We played music all the time. Uprooting our family of four to like go down there to Music City, USA, and like kind of try our luck, go there. And you know, some of that was informed by frustrations we had as musicians living on Martha's Vineyard, where there's a very healthy, you know, music environment here, but it's difficult to get off the island to participate in music communities, you know, on the mainland. So even a place just a couple miles away, you still have to pay hundreds of dollars to get on the ferry to go to the Cape, let alone Boston, or like drive to New York City. It's just not the same. So we were thinking about hitting the mainland and, you know, uprooting the family. And, you know, no digs on Nashville. Like my brother's down there, he loves it. But let me rap about this for a second. The revelations of what the music industry is like at the highest echelons, you know, the stories that you hear, the Kanye, the P. Diddy, all this. I mean, Kanye West claims to have been controlled by pharmaceuticals, like that he had like a psychiatrist handling him that would basically threaten to put him on drugs if he misbehaved and spoke out. He's an extreme case, but I've heard a lot of stories about, you know, the role that these like drug addictions play in leveraging musicians into doing the bidding of the labels, and sketchy connections to the mob. I mean, this is like stuff from like the 60s, stories you hear about like people like Frank Sinatra, let alone the type of stuff that like is going on now. So that's the upper echelons of the music industry. That's the layer that controls all the big numbers like Spotify, the Grammys, and all that stuff. Like everyone who comes out of that system is traumatized. It says that it's like a horrendous environment and everyone is compromised, and there's blackmail and there's abuse, and, you know, there's Harvey Weinstein's up the wazoo. At this point, 37 years old, I am miles away from wanting to find success in that environment. That music industry is so corrupt and messed up. I want no part of it. But I'll say this, that music industry is not the only music industry. They want us to think that, and we're used to talking about the music industry as if that's the only thing that's out there, but it's not. A music industry can simply be the small network of dive bars where your local musicians get paid a living wage to play dance music. Or it could also include the churches and VFWs and American Legions, you know, where people do their thing. That's a music industry, and right now, you know, I'm in one. I'm sort of like somewhere between the Christian community as well as like Christian adjacent people who don't mind how much I talk about Jesus, even though they might not go to church or anything like that. But that's what's in my music all the time. So that's all to say, you know, I was talking to Father Paul because when he first met me, you know, we got an RV. My family got an RV. We were thinking about driving down to Nashville, visiting my brother, and maybe camping out there in that RV for a while and seeing, you know, how he felt about it. But God kind of had different plans, like a bunch of things kind of coalesced, and we didn't end up doing that. We never ended up, we haven't been to Nashville. I haven't been to Nashville since 2019. I love that town. It's a lot of fun. I thoroughly believe, you know, the recipes for success in anything is very much the gospel model, which is like go where the need is and then serve the need. So in a place like Nashville, like a certain type of personality will serve the needs there, but we can't pretend that that's not a hive of activity in an explicit music market that is it's oversaturated because everyone goes there to do music. You know, so to put it one way. It's like that's a lot of patients who have an overabundance of physicians. They don't need much more. They have plenty. And I would never discourage anyone from going down there because, like I said, different strokes, different folks, different gifts, will be applied and received differently in an area like that. But that's not my calling. That's just kind of what I've figured out after 37 years. Like, I've played enough of the game in the music industry, including the Christian music industry, that I don't know. I don't like the rules. And I don't really like the game. I mean, I got off of Facebook and Instagram like a week ago because I spent so long, abiding by the rules of the game. And you had to have those platforms in order to play that game. But nobody was willing to say that the emperor was naked. Like, those platforms aren't very useful. They don't necessarily build much meaningful contact between normal people, and virality doesn't necessarily have a lasting or positive impact on anyone's lives. Hey Telugu Babu, how you doing? So I would present all of that as food for thought for anybody who's looking for more meaning in their lives. Like, I can tell you, a week off of Facebook and Instagram is exactly what I hoped it would be. I'm no longer checking to see if anyone heard or responded to messaging that I'd put out into the world, because by and large, like, it just doesn't happen. And granted, I didn't have, clearly, like, I had content that was fine, but it just never clicked with me. So I never got much traction. I got my 4,000 followers there, but Instagram was not promoting my content to my 4,000 followers. It told me that sometimes like 100 people, 100 of my 4,000 followers would be shown my content. And of course, Instagram's like, you can pay us to put it in front of them. I was like, why would I pay you, knowing after Zuckerberg's testimonies before Congress what I'd be funding? They're already, by the way, clandestinely funded by our taxpayer money. So it's not like we have a choice in the matter. But insofar as we do have a choice, you don't have to throw your money at this crap. So that's my attitude, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story, and you can be a part of it. And it looks like 5 of you are right now. I'm about to drop off some old cloth diapers, donate them to the Martha's Vineyard Family Center. Then I'm gonna be moving on to a place where there's not much reception. What's up, Liverpool dude? I'm on Martha's Vineyard in the USA. That's off the coast of Massachusetts, aka Boston area. JFK used to live here. Bill Clinton has a house. A lot of the coastal elites live here, and they took a lot of money to put a bunch of windmills in a part of the ocean that they said would be too far away for us to see the pollution that they're causing. But actually, it looks like a city. It's off the coast of our rural island where there was no city before. The people of Martha's Vineyard are very humble, hard-working people. But if you've heard of Martha's Vineyard, it's probably because Barack Obama, people like that own multi-million-dollar houses on the coast. And actually, a lot of us just work to get by and do our thing. All right, here I am. I'm about to drop off some baby cloth diapers to the MV Family Center, so that some other family can be blessed by these diapers. I know this sounds funny, but actually I assure you they're clean. Cloth diapers are fun, but we have 3 kids now, so we don't really have time to wash them. We're going disposable. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Talk soon. I'll probably go live later tonight at my gig at Black Dog Tavern, so you can hear me play some music at about 6 p.m. 6 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time. God bless.